just saw Jessica Alba. If this was 2007, I'd be really excited.
Kate Mara is on the list of people who I don't understand why anyone likes.
Hey, Zach Braff. I could take a picture of a piece of in my toilet, and it would be a better movie than Garden State.
I've never seen The Fuss with Russell Brand. He's a hairy, non-funny...
We have something special for you tonight. As Twitter users know, tweeting is a great way for famous people to connect with their fans, but it's also a great way for fans to say terrible things to those people without getting punched in the face. When you send an insulting tweet to a celebrity, a lot of the time they read them, and it can hurt.
Someone will say things in an anonymous way that can be very harmful. You don't know where they came from. You can't defend yourself. The closest you can come to defending yourself is to say, well, that isn't true, but then that sounds very defensive.
I think so. I think that if you look at the prophets of the Old Testament, the New Testament, the Book of Mormon, you'll find countless examples of somebody standing up and being really offensive and aggressive in their rhetorical style with an existing establishment.
And what is the purpose of being, for you, what is the purpose of being really offensive?
Well,
and abrasive?
The thing about trolling is that you can use a little bit of deception to expose the true nature of the character that you're talking with.
Called the online disinhibition effect, which says that people are less inhibited online because they can't see the person that they're talking to, and there really is the sense of that protection of anonymity that allows people to give rise to these sort of aggressive speech acts.
The social identity model of de-individuation effect identifies the positive and negative effects of anonymity based on what actions people take and what actions they refrain from taking. While there is a reduction of self-awareness, self-evaluation, and concern about social comparison and evaluation, there is also a dissociation of online pseudonyms from offline people behind them, through which social and moral responsibilities can be revoked without repercussions.
Self-identifying trolls claim to be motivated by what's called lulz, a corruption of laugh out loud. It implies amusement at the laughed at victim. Trolls believe that nothing should be taken seriously. If you take something seriously, then you deserve it.
Development for free speech in general. This has toppled governments. This has helped elect presidents. But anytime you give anyone the ability to speak, there's always the chance that they could abuse that ability. Free speech means something very different online than it does offline. When you're talking about speech offline, what you're usually talking about is interference with your speech by the government. But when it comes to just private censorship, what the First Amendment provides is just the benefit of history. There's this weird fiction that equates free speech with speech without criticism.
Habermas criticized the information society based on the deterioration of the global public sphere, opportunities for political action and discourse, for entertainment through digital media. Arguably, the trolls and the act of trolling have demonstrable influence on creating awareness and discourse about specific topics. However, the precedence of entertainment and digital media then confines this communicative discourse into monological contributions, comments, or likes.
The site Reddit rewards forums on the basis of traffic. The megatroll, screen name Violentacrez, was famous for creating pornographic and vulgar forums, which got him a lot of attention, pushing him to the front page of Reddit, increasing his fame and the population's outrage. Baudrillard criticized the information society on the exchange of direct connection for virtual connection through simulations and symbols. This interaction through data representations, like JPEG and MP3, and exchanges like Twitter and Facebook, have allowed the emergence of negative trends, such as misinformation, disinformation, excess information, and info fetishism, these of which are characteristic of the issues around trolling and free speech online. Castells refers to a separate self or identity that replaces the real self with an informational self. This theory, when applied to trolls, would define the separate troll self-consistent of only the motivations that define a troll, an imaginary and symbolic representation of an antagonizing and irritating being which can take on a life of its own.
We're no strangers.